tonight on Evening. All of your 2018 Best Northwest Escapes revealed.
I'm Jim Dever. Where can you find Washington State's tallest lighthouse and some truly mind-blowing cranberry harvesting technology? Well, on the drive that you voted Best Road Trip.
Hey, I'm Abby Grimmett at Lake Chelan. Coming up, we reveal the winner for Best Resort. And it's more than just a pretty place.
I'm St. Brian at the place you voted the best beach in the Northwest. It also happens to be one of my favorite places in the entire state. Can't wait to share it with you.
Hi, I'm Jose Cedeno, and I am on my way to check out your pick for Best Road Trip Eats. I have a feeling it's gonna be smoky.
And I'm Kim Holcomb in a village of tree houses. Welcome to our special 2018 Best Northwest Escapes, where we are going to be revealing all of your winners tonight, starting with this place, Treehouse Point in Issaquah. It won Best Quirky Place to Stay by a landslide because honestly, who doesn't want to spend the night in a treehouse? You can actually choose from 6 here. But if you prefer salty waves over mossy trees, you're gonna love our next category. It is Best Road Trip, the Pacific Coast. And Jim found a very interesting stretch.
The Washington coast is a roll on the beach and a reach for the sky. It's fresh off the boat and full of surprises.
Oh!
Like this place, the Furford Manufacturing Company's Cranberry Museum in Grayland.
That's the first one built.
Here you'll uncover the history of machines used to harvest cranberries and learn something new. Like, I bet you didn't know most cranberry bogs aren't boggy at all, but dry fields where ingeniously reliable machines are used to harvest them.
So the berries drop back down in here in a bin.
Very clever.
Down the road a ways, you'll find the historic Tokeland Hotel.
How are you?
Hey, I'm doing well.
And the nearby studio of artist Jeffro Uto, a driftwood visionary.
I must have had this piece around for 8 years, you know, so it's always kind of fun to put them, you know, place them and give them new life.
When we reach the aptly named Washaway Beach, we meet up with another local artist, Senya Antilla, at the end of an ever-shortening road.
6 or 8 blocks out is where I started collecting my wood.
And that was only 10 years ago.
Yes.
She's documenting the homes claimed by America's fastest eroding shoreline.
So tomorrow we could come in the winter and that place right there would be gone. Here's a piece.
She collects the fragments of washed-away homes to create colorful tributes to relentless loss.
The impermanence of all things.
And the power of the sea.
Here today, gone tomorrow, remembered.
One story among the thousands you'll find along the unforgettable Washington coast.
Thank you, Jimmy. By the way, that lighthouse that you saw is the Grays Harbor Lighthouse, which is in Westport, and it is the tallest in all of Washington. Okay, our next story takes us to the eastern side of the mountains near Vantage. That is your winner for Best Roadside Attraction, and it could get a new addition pretty soon.
To find the most seen piece of public art in Washington, cross the Columbia River on I-90 at Vantage and look to the right as you're heading east. 15 horses stampede across a ridgeline, and the Washington artist who made it wants to finish his work.
The basket's a living thing, it really is. We're gonna give it life, that's for sure.
This is the Wild Horses Monument. David Govedare, who created it in 1989 for Washington's centennial, calls it Grandfather Cuts Loose the Ponies. Govedare's plan was for the horses to be pouring out of a basket. The basket is life, the horses free will, all of it a gift from the grandfather spirit.
It's the creation basket. The scale is 1 inch equals a foot. So this will be, in full size, it'll be 36 feet in diameter. 24,000 pounds, Corten steel.
The massive basket, this is a small-scale model, will have salmon, eagles, deer, and people, all created by First Nations artists.
Yeah, and this, the salmon figures, is Sulia Alec, who was a Wanapum person.
Today, David is at his sculpture to kick off Fund the Basket. He's raising the money to complete his vision. Friends on horseback arrive to show their support. The tame horses mingling with the wild ones, making a whole new work of art.
What this sculpture says to me or means to me is about the freedom of life and living life and just having the spirit to go through life and doing what you want to do and being happy.
These steel horses are also a monument to the wild horses that once roamed this area. It is perfect art in a perfect spot, but this artist sees the potential for more.
And the scale of this site and the magic of wild horses being here and this basket being against this kind of backdrop, it's absolutely perfect.
To be able to see the basket here after 30 years of seeing it alone would be fantastic.
It needs to happen, especially in his lifetime, and I want to see it done in mine.
Getting it finished in this lifetime is a magic quotient for me. I like that thought of completion.
If you would like to help David build his basket, we have a link, a way that you can help on our website, king5evening.com. And of course, before you embark on a road trip or while you're on one, you want to indulge in a little road food, right? Preferably something unhealthy. Well, your choice for best road food is just outside Olympia off Highway 8. Jose went to check it out.
Well, not gonna lie guys, I feel very, very lucky with my mission today. I travel all the way to Olympia to enjoy the best of the best when it comes to barbecue.
It's a family restaurant. I've been very blessed. I was one of the first women in barbecue with my mother. I love feeding people.
That's your job.
That's my job. Well, that's kind of your job too.
Pat yourself on the back. It's barbecue. Who doesn't like barbecue? We take our time and try and do it right. And here we've got beef ribs and we've got pork ribs that are just coming out for tonight. Everything is nice and fresh.
If you're wondering what is the secret to cook the perfect barbecue, Ranch House Manager Joe has a tip.
The draft carries all of the heat and the smoke through the chamber and then goes out the top. So it's all off-center cooking, which is what makes barbecue barbecue. You're not cooking over the heat, you're using the smoke and the heat to cook the food. When people ask me what's the process and how long it takes, the answer is always it's done when it's done.
Adding to the food experience, this unique restaurant has a oink, oink, oink.
This is Cash. He's the only male pig. This is Hope. Hope is really a great pig.
There's 563 pigs in the restaurant.
Is there really?
Yes.
Wow. I guess there's 563 pigs in my restaurant.
Nice to be recognized for all the work that we do in barbecue.
We're not just barbecue.
Yep.
It's a family restaurant. Food is fun.
Thank you, Jose. All right, now to the completely other side of the dining spectrum. Your winner for Best Destination Restaurant is the Herb Farm in Woodinville. And right nearby is your winner for Best Destination Winery, Chateau Saint Michel.
Up next, a lakefront resort that's been a destination for more than a century, and a bed and breakfast that floats in the San Juan Islands. More Best Northwest Escapes when we return.
Welcome back to our 2018 Best Northwest Escape Special. This is your pick for Best Quirky Place to Stay, Treehouse Point in Issaquah, but your choice for Best Resort is on the shores of Lake Chelan, and that's where we find Abby.
Yeah, Campbell's Resort obviously is at the perfect location, but it also has a pretty cool history too.
Eight acres of beautiful waterfront property, 170 guest rooms, one family.
5 generations, here we are. My great-great-grandfather moved over here from Sioux City, Iowa back in the late 1800s and built the original hotel here in 1901. It was on a sand dune. The seller was reported to say that he sold a sand dune to a sucker. The lake, before it was dammed, was down a little bit further, so it wasn't truly waterfront. And when the Chelan Dam went in, the lake levels came up a little bit, and then all of a sudden, here we are.
While the landscape looks a lot different now, you don't have to look far to get a good glimpse of the past.
So we are looking at the original hotel building, and that is what started our business. This is the lobby of the 16-room original Campbell House Hotel. And so the front desk is actually where the bar is.
And it's actually made with wood from the original walls.
Great-grandfather actually dug this out with a shovel and a wheelbarrow and then opened up a dining hall, restaurant.
But some of the Campbells' favorite stories are about the other families who have a history here.
We've had some of our guests that have been coming here for 60+ consecutive summers, and so we get to know the grandparents, the parents, the kids, the grandkids.
And that's why it's their mission, to make Campbell's Resort a place to unwind.
We get a chance to engage and interact with people that are really dynamic and go-getters, and we know how hard they work, and then when they come here, it's our job to get them to just, right? You know, get that moment of aloha, hang out, dip their toes in the lake.
And a place to have an unforgettable experience for countless years to come.
Thank you, Abby. And in case you needed one more reason to go check it out, look at Abby's little guy, MJ. That is his very first time swimming in a pool, which shows that that is just a great place to have some family getaways and make some family memories. Okay, now on to your pick for best B&B. For that, we go to the San Juan Islands, Friday Harbor Marina to be exact. It is called the Wharfside for very good reason.
This boat has been a B&B for about 33 years. I fell in love with her 21 years ago on my husband Eric's birthday. We stayed here just to get away from all our kids and had a lovely night, and she was stuck in my heart from that minute on. 15 years later, we were fortunate enough to come down here and find out that she was for sale.
This is a 60-foot catch of the slow season. It was built to sail around the world down in Tillamook, Oregon.
We have 2 staterooms on the boat. They're both very private from each other. The forward stateroom includes, it's a suite of rooms, so it includes our bedroom and then our salon. Oh, and then it has a full bath. Then we have our aft stateroom, which is really a lovely boat room and has a half bath. This is our I'm the King of the World stand here. Believe it or not, I can cook a full breakfast in here. So I do have to, I gave this beam a bad name because I hit my head on it so often when we moved here. This is our guest book. One of our favorite guests was the son of the man who built this boat. He said, I was present when this boat was launched in 1973. The builder was my father, Jim Violet. To those who stay aboard in the future, I know that this vessel is the living embodiment of one man's dream. Isn't that nice?
I think being on a boat is the best place to relax. I think it's an escape from the ordinary.
You know, we're just a little bitty place in a little bitty town. It's a real blessing.
Oh, I want to go there, and I want to go to these other getaway winners. Best Cabins honors go to repeat winner Iron Springs Resort in Copalis. And if that's too rustic, check out the winner for Best Luxury Getaway, Sun Mountain Lodge in Winthrop, another repeat winner.
Up next, there's no roughing it at your pick for Best Campground, and the tiny town taking all the prizes.
If you want to get away, we have all the options that you need. This is our 2018 Best Northwest Escape Special. We're at Treehouse Point here in Issaquah, but our next stop is your pick for Best State Park. Can you guess what it is? It should be easy. It's a repeat winner, Deception Pass. You guys love it, and Michael shows us some of the reasons why.
From its renowned rolling water
takes work
to a secret island.
As much as we want to share it with everybody else, it would be nice to keep it to ourselves.
Don't go, it's not that good.
To finding yourself above it all, Deception Pass is the place.
When most people see the pass, they see it from the bridge, and they usually are intimidated by what they see below, the swirling cauldron of currents.
But when you get up close and personal, it's one of the best spots on the planet.
Are you okay? I'm fine!
The deception in Deception Pass comes from those churning waters.
And when they came along Deception Pass, they dismissed it as a large river due to how fast the currents are pushing out.
You can paddle yourself,
It's class 2, sometimes class 3 whitewaters.
Or hop aboard a cool cat.
Oh, looks like there's a harbor seal dead ahead out in front of us, barely sticking his head up out of the water there.
Only accessible by boat is an island getaway where you can stay, named after its resident from the 1880s.
Ben here was a character, there's no question about that.
Ben, so the story goes, used to run rum into Western Washington from here. Now you can rent out the rustic cabin that remains. Or back on the mainland, you can just go climb a tree. Adventure Terra takes you 200 feet high on a canopy climb. Deception Pass has it all, and that's no lie.
Thank you, Michael. Okay, now for a big twist in our show. Your pick for best campground isn't at Deception Pass like it has been in years past. It's in Leavenworth, and it is quite luxurious. Here's Jimmy.
It's got a roaring river, wildflowers, wind in the pine trees, and a nice pool. Camping at Pine Village KOA isn't exactly roughing it. Sure, camping purists may scoff, laugh all you want, tent boy.
We offer right now 27 deluxe cabins with full bathroom and kitchen, full service linens.
You'll find me here, maybe lounging on the front porch of my cabin or floating in the river.
We're on the Wenatchee River. We have about 800 feet of riverfront property, which is pretty exciting. And in the summertime, we offer river tubing right out of the campground through Osprey Rafting Company.
We visited as they were prepping for the summer boom. Yes, those are brand new barbecues at the campsites. It's the calm before the storm. This place is already booked up every weekend from Memorial Day onward. The only thing we didn't see here was Bavarian kitsch. But don't worry, Pine Village KOA has that figured out as well.
We offer a free shuttle into town, so you can actually camp here and go into town and not worry about, parking downtown and that kind of thing. And with the variety of stuff we offer, it's really one of Leavenworth's best kept secrets.
Thank you, Jimmy. Pine Village KOA does have some campsites and cabins still available this summer during the weekdays, so book those quickly. And congrats on your win, you guys. Hey, speaking of Leavenworth, they won Best Getaway Town, and their Oktoberfest won Best Festival. Plus, Icicle Brewing in Leavenworth won Best Destination Brewery. Okay, Leavenworth, we get it. Everybody loves you. They do. They're actually the second most visited tourist town in all of Washington. Seattle comes in first.
Up next, the best beach in Washington and its built-in obstacle course. And what's black and white and always makes a splash? It's your pick for best bucket list experience.
Welcome back. Well, it is safe to say you guys love the ocean. Your pick for best crazy collection, it's at Long Beach, Marsh's Free Museum, home of Jake the Alligator Man. Of course, he's real. Your pick for best adventure, hiking the Wilderness Coast. And if that's too much, best short hike was the 4-mile round trip along Rialto Beach to Hole in the Wall. And your pick for best beach, it's on the coast too, and happens to be one of Saint's favorite places in the state of Washington, Ruby Beach.
Hey, not just one of my favorite places in all of Washington State, Ruby Beach is my favorite place in Washington State. And here are a few reasons why.
I mean, this is breathtaking, really. It's hard to beat this place, especially in the nice weather, too.
On a sunny afternoon, retired Everett cop Rich Hine,
you gonna point out that way?
And his wife Tracy,
yeah,
got arrested by the splendor of Ruby Beach.
This is just awesome.
It's very picturesque. It's beautiful.
It is beautiful. The sun, the sand, and the sea stacks, all rewards for a somewhat grueling trek.
All right, this is a big one.
Through an obstacle course,
Come on.
wild as the beach itself.
There's lots of driftwood on the shore that we had to climb over and around and through to get to the open part, but definitely worth it.
There are no lifeguards on Ruby Beach, no palm trees, no deck chairs. What's not to like? At low tide, Ruby Beach has tide pools, and in springtime you might see migrating gray whales.
Even the lighthouse, even though you can't really get out there, that's pretty awesome.
More than a 4-hour drive from Tacoma, this is a place I can visit over and over again.
This is now my full-time job, returning the rocks back to the ocean.
Ruby Beach. A picture perfect place.
This is the shot right here.
Thank you, Saint. Okay, we end the show with your pick for best bucket list experience. And it is whale watching in the San Juans. And right now is actually prime time to do it. Orca watching really heats up in late May and early June. Thanks for watching our Best Northwest Escape special from gorgeous Treehouse Point in Issaquah. Here's to hoping that you discover some of your own great getaways this year.